Hello, everybody. This is Frankie Day for Frankie Day Models. Welcome to Live Action Friday night. And for you, the completion of putting on the foil tape on my right wing of the B36. I probably have enough tape left over to do that wing, but I have to find some more of my tape so I can do the other one. Hopefully, I can be able to find that. As mentioned from the last video, I have about 6-8 rolls of this stuff laying on somewhere. I really haven't hunted for it yet, though, but if I want to run outside on this thing, I got to find some more tape. Oh, boy. Last night, we had a special guest. Last night, we had Stu Avery from Stewart's Models, all the way from the great country of England. We had Great Britain Models, JB Models, and we had Freddie Duarte of Sooner Models, and we've had a host of good people watching the video. Okay, see, we got the chat board here. Tony, how you doing, buddy? I missed you last night. Last night, here's what you missed. Took about over an hour to get this wing covered right here. I got the bottom section, which we're going to do that next. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and foil over the two engines right here, the turbojet engines, the inboards. I already got the outboard on there ready. And, oh, yeah, it's like I say, you can see the gleam. Look at my hand. You can see the flesh color of my hand. That's how shiny this bad girl is. You feeling okay, Tony? Okay, those who's watching, we got 4 watching and 1 thumbs up. We got Tony on here. And Tony says he's feeling pretty good, not too bad. Tony, are you working on your Bride of Frankenstein model right now still, or you're just chilling for the night, buddy? So everybody who's watching, be glad to tune in on the chat there. I'm running a chat board by myself and building this by myself, so I'm a one-man crew right here. And I had nobody dictating my chat board right here, so why not answer that quickly, because I'm still working on this, and I stop and I glance over the chat board and see who's there and who's not and stuff. And those who are watching, just tuned in, welcome to Friday Night Action stream with me and the B36. So be here for about an hour or so, and we'll make a go out of it for tonight. We had a special guest yesterday. We had Stu Avery, Stewart's Models. We had JB Models. He was there on, and Tony and Freddie Duarte of Sooner Models. He was on, and we had kind of like a ball. Everybody's chatting each other on the chat board. Makes me feel good, like one happy family. Got 2 thumbs up now. That's good, Tony. Getting your eyeballs all painted, huh? That's good, buddy. That's good. So far, we have Tony tonight on here, and others will follow. I'm quite certain. And as soon as I smoke my pipe and drink my coffee, we'll get started on the finish up the right wing of the B36. I guess they caught that guy who shot Charlie Kirk. I don't want to be in that guy's shoes. I'll tell you that for sure. I think he stirred up a bad can of worms. I'm not much into politics. I keep politics aside because a lot of people have different views than I do, and a lot of them have the same views I have. And like I say, I don't want to start up a hornet's nest with politics, but like I say, what's going on in our country will soon get cleaned out. The closet will be cleaned out for sure this time. I believe that when he shot that man, I think that's the straw that broke the camel's back. Just like in Vietnam, America has heard the bugle call. And there's old Freddie. He's back now. Great, Freddie. Tony's on the board now, and he's working on the Bride of Frankenstein. Right now, he's painting her eyeballs. And we're going to finish up his right wing, Freddie. I don't have too much tape here left, buddy. That's all I got left. I believe I have just enough tape to finish up this right wing on here. I got to hunt down the other roll of my tapes I got somewhere. I think I got it in that trailer behind me. I think it might be one of the boxes. I got to go back there and look and see if I can find it. But we're going to take this as far as we can until the tape runs out. And so far, I got to finish up the 2 tops of the Allison turbojet motors housing. I've got this done already. That's all been foiled off. I just got to foil this one and this one. And we'll get the wing going on there. And we'll give a good buffing. That's about as far as I can go. And I'm going to go ahead and take this off and scuff it up with a Brillo pad and paint that insignia red on there to match the tail of the V36. So I finished my coffee. We want to get started on this. No, Tony, I did not see that, buddy. His mother addressing. I imagine his parents are really hold their heads in woe, and it's going to reflect on his parents too. I'm quite sure, because a lot of people are not happy in this country with what happened. When their son shot that man like that. I imagine their parents would probably be ostracized from the neighborhood, even from the job. I understand his father was a sheriff or a police officer. I imagine he's going to get shunned too, because after all, that boy's carrying his name. And I don't blame his parents for his indoctrination. I think a lot of his kids are going to school instead of learning ABC 1, 2, 3. They're learning Mein Kampf. That's wrong. That's bad teachings. I mean, everybody has their point of view towards right and wrong. That makes America good, is because we all don't think the same. We have our different views towards things. But what gets me is everybody's clicking their heels and celebrating a man's death like that. That is wrong. That's evil. I mean, even my foes, I don't dance on the graves for and celebrate. Oh, goody, he's gone. That's not right. But God can get you for that. So that's in God's hands right now. I mean, this whole world, everything's in the good Lord's hands. I trust God for what He's going to do, and what's going to do is meant to happen. So like I say, I don't get involved in politics stuff. I served my country. I'm a Vietnam sailor. I love my country. I love fellow man. and I don't get involved because I don't want to stir a bunch of worms and everything, and we can get befriended, and everything else. I keep it all my wits about myself, and that's it. This is what I talk about. It's right here. No, Freddie, I'm dying for cigars. I can't get no cigars right now. I'm living the mercy of my kids, of my daughter and my son-in-law. I've got no transportation, no freedom, no money in my pocket to go out and do nothing. So I'm smoking my pipe and this tobacco right here. I probably got about this much left, and I'm done. I sure like to get some cigars. I'll tell you that. The only thing I miss right now in life is my independence. I'm used to working. I'm used to going out in the world and doing this and doing that. And I don't want to be non-proactive. That's why I build a lot of models down and everything. I'm living my dream. It keeps me, keeps my mental health sound free, and you guys really help too. Well, you fellows, I'd be definitely at loss. I really would. I need you guys more than anything in this world. Uh, Tony, I smoke any kind of cigars. I've been smoking a lot of those rollies. The big long was like his, look like table legs, but I can smoke backwoods smoke cigars, any kind of cigars, Dutch Masters, President cigars, El Producto cigars, uh, Roytan cigars, any kind of cigar that'll fit my mug, I'll smoke. 'Cause I enjoy cigars. I love cigars. I've been smoking cigars since I was about 10 years old. Oh, my dad caught me one time smoking a cigar one time, one of his cigars. He goes, "Come here." "Yes, sir, Dad." "Let's have a sit down." "Yes, sir." You know what you're sitting down for, don't you, son?" I said, "I don't have a clue, Dad. Let me enlighten you." "Now, you're the ones tapping my cigars, are you?" "Yes, sir, I am, Dad." "I'm glad you didn't lie to me about that. I knew you were too." I was hoping you wouldn't get involved with smoking cigars and smoking like that because it's a bad habit to get into. And to be honest, I did the same thing when I was young, so I can't flog you for it. But you don't start smoking cigars, you're smoking fun of me from now on. If you don't get green, you pass the test. If you get green, you lost. And I got green one time smoking cigarettes. Now I want to tell you that story. Something on cigars and cigarettes, gentlemen. My mother smokes Pall Mall, Pall Mall Reds, and she used to wash her dishes in the sink. And she had a pack of cigarettes. All kids are inquisitive. That's part of growing up, you know. I saw one of those cigarettes right there. I started to nap. My mother had eyes in the back of her head. Uh-huh. I said, "I see somebody trying to take one of my cigarettes behind me." I said, "Okay, so let me finish these dishes. We're going to have a little smoke session going on." "You're not going to spank me, Mother?" "What should I spank you for? That'd be stupid. There's other ways of punishing you." After she washed her hands after the dishes, says, "Okay, mister, sit down." She sat down across her legs, got cigarette for me, and a cigarette for her. They don't have lighters back in the days. "There you go, son. Now you're getting the cake now." Took a cigarette, lit her cigarette. She's smoking, cigarette smoking out her in her nose, out of her mouth. It came out. I was going, "Hey, you're doing it wrong. How you supposed to do it? You gotta breathe in, son. You gotta breathe in like you're breathing your last stretch of air. You like this?" I put the cigarette down the ceiling with a spinning, and I went to the toilet, got on my knees on the porcelain altar, and prayed to St. John. And I was sick as a goose. My mom says, "Lesson learned?" I was sick cookie. I've never been so sick in my life. I never picked up a cigarette since then. So I got about 10 years old a little bit. I was napping my dad's cigars. I wasn't inhaling them, but I was smoking them. I kind of enjoyed it. Oh, Jesus, Tony. I didn't know you had a heart attack. You're so young to have that. You're 26. You're 26 years old. Stop by the time you're 39. You know, that's what killed my sister. My sister Casey, she was oh God, she was a heavy smoker. She smoked about 2 or 3 packs of Marlboros a day. And she would sit in a room and listen to Beatle records and smoke cigarettes all day long. I said, Casey, this is not healthy. You sit down, listen to John Paul, George, and Ringo all day long, and they don't have a clue or know if you're alive or dead. And you're sitting here smoking cigarettes. Casey died at the time she was 50 years old. It gave her a massive heart attack. It killed her. A lot of people don't understand the nature of cigarettes is it has a nicotine in it and it restricts your arteries. And when it shuts off the blood flow, and pretty soon you're done. That's good. You're 62 now and still, that's good. You're taking care of yourself. You don't smoke no more. You got your sugar under control. That's the way to go, Tony. Everybody, Tony's got sugar, you know, and like I explained to him, a lot of you fellas, that's what killed my dad. He had diabetes, you know. It didn't come from joint. It came from, I think it more or less came as my father's diet because he's a World War One vet, World War II vet, and a Korean War vet. He smoked a lot in his lifetime, did a lot of drinking, and he drank a lot. And I think his diet would did it to him. And like I said, guys, I'll repeat the story again before we get started in the B36. When I came home from leave from Vietnam for my second tour, I came back and my wife and my family, you know, they live in the Bakersfield. My mother and father were living in Ventura, which is probably about 130 miles away, distance between both locations. And my dad always had the front door open. He seen me coming in with my sea bag. He was very happy to see me. Hey, come on in, Popeye. Come on in. Hi, Dad. He says, the ship just pulled in. Yes, sir. Says, what are you gonna do now? Well, come visit you and mom for a day or so, and then I'll go back home and see the wife and kids. That's good. Come on in, son. I said, "What go nice about get you a beer? Get me one too." I said, "Okay, Dad." I went in there, got the beer, sat down, gave him a beer, took a slug, and yes, I do. Yes, I do, Freddie. I do got retirement pensions. I go to the commissary and get my groceries like that. In Tennessee, out here, we don't have any military commissary out here, other than probably go to Johnson City. They may have a base out there. I don't know any bases out here in Tennessee. But like I told my daughter, look, I got a commissary card. It says with my card, we'll go down to the base and get some groceries. I'm gonna look into that. I get a pension. I get $642 a month for my pension, and I get Social Security. That's all I got coming in. And my daughter handles all my finances and everything. But like I say, my father was sitting on the couch, you know, with his chair propped up on the footstool. He had a sock on. Hey, what's wrong with your foot, Dad? Ah, it's not pretty, son. It's horrible. Would you trip over something? I wish. What's wrong, Dad? I don't know, Frank. This thing is just got a big sore on it and just won't go away. Well, take off his sock and we'll take a look at that thing. Well, when they took a sock off, say this is your foot, this is your toe. And right over here where his toe's at there was a ulcerated sore. It was all pink inside, almost to the bone. I looked at my eyeballs almost popped out of orbits. I go, you're going to sick bay, Dad, right now. Oh, they can't do nothing about it. Yes, they can. Yes, they can, Dad. Let's go. So, all right. And he finished his beer, got in the car, went down to the General Hospital in Ventura. He was in there for about maybe an hour, and one of the doctors came out and said, whose father is this? It's my dad. And I said, you bring your father in? Yes, sir. He said, you been checked out lately? Me? What for? Your dad's got diabetes. Diabetes? I got thinking, what the hell is that? It says your sugar. And it says it causes people to have problems with their feet and their eyeballs and everything. And it says, your father right now is scheduled for surgery. We're going to take half his foot off right now. Oh my God. And they did. And they say, you want to get yourself checked out? I said, how you get checked out that stuff? Blood work. Well, okay. It says I usually get that done in a sick bay and board base and board ship. It says, "I here now, do it to me." And they took my blood and said, "You're negative. You're fine." They say it skipped a generation. And but what caused that stuff? So, well, diabetes causes from certain things. Mostly it's hereditary, and sometimes it's caused by your diets. Your dad drank a lot. Oh yeah, I mean he's drank since behind to a grasshopper. Yeah, yeah, Freddie. I do have a retirement pension. 640. I get $642 a month from Uncle Sam, and plus I get all my commissary privileges and everything. Yeah, I did 30 years in the United States Navy, so I got all my pensions there and everything, and I get my Social Security. But like I say, like out here, my license, my driver's license expired. I've got no way of getting here, there, and everywhere until I get my license here, and my daughter handles my finances for me. I gotta check Facebook. Oh yeah, Tony. I mean, Freddie sent me a snippet of a pilot on a P-47, 132nd scale. Man, these pilots look neat. I want to tell you something, guys. Freddie's an excellent painter when it comes to figures. Yeah, yeah, Freddie, that looks sweet, buddy. That looks sweet. Yeah, Freddie just sent me a little snippet picture of a P-47 pilot. He does an excellent job painting these pilots up and everything. Yeah, like I said, I got myself checked out, guys, and I'm doing pretty good. And so far, I do a lot of drinking too, and I quit drinking about 18 years ago. I don't drink no more, and I said I don't want to live a little longer. I don't want to keep on going like I've been doing. Yeah, yeah, Freddie. I get my pension from the United States Navy, and plus I get my commissary privileges to go to the base and get my groceries. When I was married to Ruthie, heck, even when I lived in traveled with my brother, I always went to the Wright Pat Air Force Base to the commissary and got my commissary privileges. I got a military card here that shows you, your retirement, everything you get in. One thing about that is stuff is cheap. I have a lot of guys when I work with, hey, Frank, how about give me some cigarettes out there? It's cheaper there in base than it is where we're getting it. And they give me the money, I pay for them, everything. But like I say right now, all my finances are handled through my daughter. And if I need something, they get it for me. I ask them, need this, need that. Okay, I'm gonna take another slug of this coffee when we get started with this B36. I got 7 watching and 4 thumbs up. And we got Tony and Freddie on here. And lost contact with Tony. He's 62 years old now, and that's good. I hope he lives a long life and builds models. And we have Matt from Elusive Designs coming in. Hello, Matt. Thank you very much, sir, for tuning in for Friday Night Live Action with me and the B36. Uh, so you haven't missed or anything like that. Here's the wing of the B36 I got covered on here. And I just now covered this right here. This net sail, I got this one, do the cover. That's done. I'm gonna flip this wing over and do this. Now I'll show you a little teaser right here with this wing on with a clean fuselage on my B36. Get over so you guys can see it a little better. Yeah, it's looking good, guys. I'm pretty happy with this thing. That wing fits pretty good. It's flush too. And this spar really helps out. Puts on a lot of you got all the weight in this wing. This B36 is pretty heavy since I've been putting tape on this thing. Metal foil. Yeah, Matt, we have Freddie on here. We have Tony on here. Last night we had Stuart Avery. He comes from England, and he was on for a while. It was sure great to see him back on. Stu Avery of Stuart's Models. He's building models again now. Before he was living at before. I guess he shut down his model building because he had a lack of space, but now he's got a place. Now it's better, and he's building again. And him and Freddie were having a good conversation together last night. And it was great. We had a wonderful time last night. Okay, we're going to turn this camera around and get this wing going, get those nacelles going. Here we go. That's all the tape I got, Matt. I'll probably have duct tape here to finish this whole wing right here. When this is gone, I got to go out there and hunt some more tape because I've got about 6 to 8 rolls of these things of this tape, and I think I got to do a trailer in one of those boxes because I got boxes out there. I got two 18-wheeler 40-foot trailers back there. And with those trailers back there, I can store all my models in. I think another week or so, I'll probably go back to Ohio and get my stuff out of storage. I got to take care of Freddie on that stuff I got. Freddie's been very good to me. If it wasn't for Mr. Freddie, this B36 would not exist. It's my second time I built this thing. And I'm really enjoying this thing very much. I wish I'd done this method a long time ago on the other one I had. I used that liquid plate got Marshall's Hobby World. That stuff worked pretty good. It's good stuff. This stuff conforms over all kinds of stuff. Release fits here. Just got to work out those. Work out the tape so it sticks pretty evenly on here. Now it's time to take a surplus off this thing. Yeah. Well, there we go. I got it. Wonderful. One more engine. One more engine. That sells it. Beautiful. Got that off. Yeah. Got it now. Give it a good merge, a good rub down. Put a little heat from my friction from this nice soft rag here. Make that thing look nice. This B36 is fixing to go to a beauty contest. I'm probably the first guy on YouTube in the modeling category that has B36 covered with aluminum tape. I hope I inspire a lot of people to use this. I'll have this just using. If you guys want a good metal finish, that's the best way to go. It is. Best way to go. There we go. See how different panels, how they show up? The oil canning of the panels? Just like on the real thing, when you look at pictures of it in black and white or even in color, you can see the different shades of aluminum from the light, although the same shades. well, Freddie said, don't mention storage. Freddie's just like me. He's got not only got models in his home, he's got a hobby shop in storages. He's got a hobby shop in his home. He shows you some snippets of what he's got. I tell you, he showed me some more today and yesterday. I'll tell you one thing. I told him it reminds me of going to Smitty's hobby shop. It really does. I think if Smitty was alive right now, and his brother Gino was alive, those guys that envy Freddie. They'd be jealous of him, I would say. Hey, you got more than I got. Well, the idea is that more the merrier. That's what they say. One more to go, boys. I'm going to flip it over, get the bottom part of the wing done. Okay, here we go. The last one. Make sure this is right. Wonderful. I'll take a burnishes around the oh, wonderful. Now I'll take off the surplus tape. Cut that off. Come over here and do the other one. Got that. I'm ready to flip this wing over in a couple of seconds here. We burnish the rest of this paneling on top of the engine SL, inboard engine SL. Like the engine number what? 1, 2, engine 4. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. There we go. For watching and 6 thumbs up. I'm going to take this rag and do some more burnishing on this thing. I think I'm going to watch Strategic Air Command out again with old Jimmy Stewart. That was a real good movie. There's a lot of good footage of that movie. Wonderful. Maybe we're going to do more brushing here on the side. You got that out. Just got to work it in. Use a good point of wood. Like I say, guys, don't use no metal stuff like this. You go like that, you bend like that, you put a big old mar on it, and it won't go away. Be like a tattoo, it will not come off. Yeah, it won't come off. Yeah, burnishing some of those recesses where the flap hangs go on there. Hinges for the flaps. That's right, Matt. It brings out the when light hits the metalwork. You can see how different panels how they are. Some are dull, some are dull, dull, shiny. Just how light hits it. You can see the panel works in it. That's the magic of using this stuff. I don't care alclads or any kind of metal lines of paint that people use nowadays. You will not get the results that this stuff is. You're dealing with pigments, aluminum pigments. This is actually aluminum. One thing good about this stuff is it's like eating M&M's candy. Nothing on your hand. It won't come off either. You can burnish it all you want to. I've been using it for years, and I'm convinced. I convinced myself that this stuff is the only way to go. I mean, if you want ultimate metalwork done on your plane, this is it. It's tedious, time-consuming, elaborate, but it's well worth it, guys. It really is. It took me probably about an hour and a half just get this wing done last night. Less putting on the wrappings on the engine nacelles. Okay, here we go again. We got to follow the same pattern I did. Righto. Okay, now we're going to flip it over to the other side and get this done. The undercarriage I'll put on last. Okay. All right, here we go. This one. Where the power line is at. Found it. Found it. Okay, here we go. I can use that again. Look at this. Had a door open about an hour ago. Almost knocked me off my seat. A big old pit bull came in here. I don't know who owns that dog. I said, what the hell is this? You know, I thought it was a wild animal for a minute. He was friendly. I said, who do you belong to? Man. Gotta pick up that surplus tape there. Hey, when it breaks like that, it's kind of hard to get off on it. Why 8 pound does that? I take a long time to get this off, but it's gotta come off. Oh boy, come on, come on, come on. There. There. Surplus piece off. Get the vest off here. A little more than one. Good. Wonderful. Bring it up here. Like I say, you gotta follow the panel lines. Can't go wrong. Okay, that was good again. Yeah, there we go. That's where the J47 engine pod goes at. Good. Yeah. Okay. Cut up surplus. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Gavin, how you doing, buddy? 6 turning and 4 burning. There's the wingo, buddy. I'm just covering up the bottom now. Six turning and 4 burning. Sometimes they say 4 turning, 2 burning. 4 burning and the 3 turning. Every one of these I've seen back in the 1950s coming for a landing. Not every one, but most of the time, engine fires these things have. I think they're prone to catch fires because of the altitudes. They can fly all the way from Caswell Air Force Base all the way to Fairbanks, Alaska, and back all in one trip. These were built for high altitude, and I believe the engines freeze up a lot and they get overheated and they burn. That plane was a very good aircraft. There's a lot of pilots have flown these B36 and say they fly pretty much like a glider. It's a very docile airplane to fly. That ain't big enough. So fresh tape. Very docile. Pressurized fuselage. They had an 80-foot tunnel you got to go through with a trolley on there. Plenty of bunk room space for the pilots to take a break at during flight. Okay, get this thing. Yeah, wonderful. Get Mr. Sharp out here, a little bit of brushing here. Great. Yeah, pull them more on there. Okay, trim off some of this excess tape. Okay, got that on there. Yeah. Get them out there. Okay. Now we'll detail out the ailerons. Burnish very closely around the engine nacelles. Make sure it's every piece of the guy that's conformed. There we go. Cut out this hole for the location hole to put the J57 motor on there, General Electric. That couple of my subscribers say, well, they got engines on, I think, or jet engines. Well, it's called jet assist takeoff. So they're putting JATO bottles on this thing. They had, only time they use those engines right there, jet engines is for takeoff only. It can take off pretty good under power. But like I say, with the J47 motors they got on there, it gives it a little extra oomph, more power. I can still hear this thing flying today. They got a very unusual sound. When I was a little boy growing up in the world, especially back in the 1950s, I used to get my lunch money all the time, betting and tell the guy what kind of airplane it is. And we knew those airplanes back in those days. We knew exactly what they were because hell, all of us World War II babies, A lot of you guys buy those old Rebel models back in the 1950s. When I was a little kid growing up in this world, those airplanes were in service back then. I even seen B-25s fly all the time when I was a kid growing up. Like by 1955, 56, they phased them out. They didn't use them more. I can remember during my travels when I was a kid, my father got king in Arizona, had a boneyard. You could buy these airplanes dirt cheap back in those days. My dad knew a lot of aviator friends of his. I think it's Mr. Keneally. He was a captain in the Army Air Corps back in World War II. He flew Mitchells and he bought one on there. I think he paid about $500 for a B-25. How I know? I remember one time he sat in the car and said, "You know something?" My dad was name was Frank, like I was. I got my name after my father. You know something, Frank? That's about the best $500 I ever spent in my life. They even threw in X engines for me. Because how are you gonna get that thing out of there? I'm gonna fly it out. They were flyable. They sure were. My dad bought an Urco on blue chip stamps. I think that plane back when it cost probably about I think about 11 grand it cost. And it was stall free airplane. Airplane anybody could fly an Urco. Yeah, burnish away, burnish. And you couldn't stall those things out. You can fly those things like a car. You turn the yoke, it turns the nose wheel. Yeah, there's a lot of wing right there. That part. See how the paneling shows different paneling on there? I agree 100%, Gavin. The B-47 was a beautiful airplane. Like I said yesterday, I don't know why they phased those Stratojets out for. Their B-47 was a beautiful airplane. The way it bombed, I seen them things demonstrate one time. Bombs, they fly pretty much at low level. When they fly, they go right up like that. They drop those bombs just like that. And weird way of doing it, but they're pretty effective. I think the B-47 is a very beautiful airplane and looked very good using this tape on it too. I was watching Strategic Air Command with James Stewart, Jimmy Stewart, and He said, "Boy, that's a beautiful airplane." He said, "You know something, Dutch? You'll be flying this." That was his name, stage name on the movie, and he did. That was a good movie. Sure in hell was. Okay, now we're gonna keep going on the wing here. I may just have enough tape here to finish this wing. I know one thing's going down like a turd in the rain. Like I mentioned yesterday on this build, I think it's about two B47s out there in the market now. Hasagawa 1/72nd scale, and also the Revell made one. Okay, let's see here. Sorry about here. Okay. Take off the surplus piece here. Thinning over here. Get a good burnishing. Them jets flying off though. They got an airport over here. Near city, because Marvel. Well, North City, you got an airport out there. Not a commercial jet, so not military base. I do like to find a military base where I can use commissary to buy groceries instead of going to Kroger's and Sam's place and everywhere else. I told my daughter 1,000 times, look, we go on base, we can get this stuff for nothing. My groceries. I think she's going to inquire on it. Yeah, beautiful. Wonderful. Yeah, just want to brush around that engine nest out, make sure it's nice and smooth and conform to it. A little trimming around the intake right there. So I don't want to get none. There you go. That's wonderful. Yes. Yeah. I got it. There. One person around there. There. I got it good now. Oh, wonderful. Now, what if I can get this here? Yeah, I think so. Can I? Oh, God. Yeah, wonderful. It's going to come out better than I hoped it would. Well, like I say, there's always hope. And not much hope, I'm trying to say, is just follow Hamlin. Can't go wrong. Yeah. Good. Now we'll get a good buffing here. Oh, yeah. That's a good kit, Tony. That B52 by Revell. That's an excellent kit. Came out in 1968. Had a motor in it. It cost $14 back then. I was a subscriber to Boys Club magazine. And they always displayed models, And they came out with an ad in there, the B52 by Revell's monograms coming out. I can remember it had a motor in the kit. It had a motor in it. You had a switch underneath the left side, right side of the fuselage, behind the trailing edge of the wing. I think around 2 pinlight batteries. Bombay had a screw in it. That's how you get the access to the battery, which is pretty ingenious. Of course, ain't nothing to write home about the detail of the Bombay, but when I saw that B-52, I said, man, this is a big airplane. I thought that was the biggest airplane there was, but not till this bad boy came out, the B-36. Yeah. Yeah. On top of the fuselage, I think it had, no. Yeah, it had 4 points to hook up the thread to. I think both wings, midsection wings, had little small plastic tabs shaped like a U. To me, that wasn't strong enough to hang up a plane with that much weight on it. That's a good kick, it really is. I know one thing, you can't give B-52 like that for $14 like it was back in them days. There you go, it's come pretty good. See how different panels show up on this thing? I agree 100%, Galvin. I like to go back to those 1950 hobby shops. Now, you talk about a 1950 hobby shop, you gotta see what Freddie Duarte's got and what I have. We kid each other all the time, you know. All that stuff I got in my stash, all those models, all my models are 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. I got stuff I inherited from my father. Now, here's an example. Instead of talking about old kits, let's go back to 1931. 1931, where you are, here it is. These old Cleveland kits right here, balsa jobs. My father gave me these. When I was a little boy growing up, when it comes to balsa wood kits, that's all that was laying around. Is these right here. And they're very good kits too. This wood's probably about 80, 90 years old right now. Still good too. The plans. Models like this, guys like Jimmy Stewart build them, and it inspired them to go into the Air Force. That's why they say that Edward T. Packer was aviation's best friend. He recruited a lot of kids to become pilots on his kits. This kit came out in 1932. This one here is Bell's GB Racer right there. These kits cost about 25 cents back in those days. I remember my allowance, I got a quarter a week for allowance, and went to the hobby shop, bought a couple of these Cleveland kits. I bought this myself. I bought this in 1953. This is the GBZ. Pre-made cowling, and then I got ancient kits, guys. I got them all. What Freddie's got and I've got, Freddie and Frankie's hobby shop, it'll be 1950s all over again. I guarantee. You gotta see the stuff what Freddie's got. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It is. I believe him, you know. He's like me, he buys a lot of models and stuff. And yeah. Yes, it is, buddy. It's really sad, Matt, that kits like that are gone. Only way you'll be able to find them nowadays, like imagine kit collectors and eBay. You pay a good price for them, though. My dad, when he gave them to me, some of those Cleveland kids, as a son, he gave me a bunch of Blue Jacket voucher kits too. You know, and we'll take a little break here and get the wing going. A lot of voucher kits that they sent me and gave me and said, "You hang on to these. Don't get rid of them. These are worth some money." And they are. I got Freddie right here. Let's see what Freddie has to say. Oh boy, man, that looks neat. Jeez, boy, Freddie's damn good at painting those pilots up. Damn, look almost authentic, real. Ooh. Yeah, Freddie just sent me a picture of looks like an Army pilot from the Army Air Corps. He does a good job, most pilots guys. I commissioned him one time on some pilots on my huge chopper he did for me, 124 scale of Mulligan. Boy, that came out excellent. Jeez. Said it took him an hour to paint that pilot. Man, beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Man, might have need him to paint me up some pilots. Show me another picture of that pilot. He did a good job. It took about an hour for him to paint that thing. Oh yeah, I agree 100%. Those William Brothers kits, they are excellent. They're very good. I got a few of those lingering. I got the Douglas World Cruiser, C-46 Commando, the F9 something F9C Sparrowhawk, Savesky. I got one more by him too. What is that? Yeah, that Amelia Earhart's airplane, the Electra. Man, that was a good kit. They good kit. Those kits were, like I say, they weren't made for beginners because this the fit of parts and you got to make them fit and everything, and the treatment of the instructions make them look right. The first Williams Butler kit I ever bought was a C-46 Commando. Smiley Airlines is all olive drab. Yeah, Matt, Edward T. Packer and his engineers, they designed these Cleveland kits. Those guys have been dead for decades. For decades. I mean, their kits were the Cadillacs of Bolsward back in those days. I even got a Hudson bomber back there somewhere. Yeah. Wingspan about 54 inches. It's huge. Oh yeah, that is an excellent kit. That B10, especially in early airport markings, blue with chrome yellow on there. They got one of those down there at Wright Air Force Base in Ohio. I used to go down there and see it all the time when I was building one of those kits once. I think it was a Boswood kit by Cleveland, and I took a look at it. Says those turrets in that thing are not electric; they're just turning by yourself while you're in the seat. And it was definitely 1930s design. Another one too I like the most is the old P32 pea shooter, P35, P35 pea shooter. Now that plane right there, looking at it, I kept thinking, how is an airplane like this going to combat? Looks like it couldn't whip its way out of a goddamn paper bag. And my dad told me, well, think back, you got to realize back in those days, they were experimenting a lot of aircraft. Mostly what the military was really interested in was engines. You have a lot of the militarists used to go out there and watch Jimmy Doolittle race those GVs, and also Laird Solution and all those sports planes they used back in those days for pilot racing. All those guys were interested in those engines, so they actually found out that's what kind of engine is that. That's a Pratt Whitney Wasp engine. Well, that would look good inside of a P35 Savitsky or something, or even a Wasp engine on a AT6 Texan. And yeah, a lot of those militaries, they were interested in the engines of those things, not the airplane itself, but a lot of the draftsmen for the military, it kind of inspired them to use that kind of design as a base, and as the basics, and they went on from there. Oh yeah, just like Edward Wells, he designed the B-17. He was 22 years old. He worked for Edward Boeing. He designed the 299 model, which is the B-17. Only 22 years old. Using mathematics, using calipers and rulers. No computers back in those days, guys. All their thinking was up here. They sure did. You can see them figuring out the math on like that. Math equations. It's all, it's not only papers by thought. They had draftsmen out there. These guys like Boeing and the Douglas Aircraft Company, Consolidated, Curtis, Martin, they all had the designers. Most of those designers, guys, you got to realize, a lot of those designers were model builders, inspired by those Boltzwood kits I showed you. All those guys got a good education in school. Of course, back in those days, great generation, those guys had the best education in the world, and they had smarts. And they put that smarts into thought, and they put the thought into practice and they decided to become aviation designers. They took plans and they took this stuff at heart. Those guys did. I went to school with a guy named Eric Starkenberg. He designed his own models after using the kits that he built. Same difference these guys did. A lot of them were model builders, and like model building is not only just for looks. You hang up on a wall somewhere, on the ceiling. They were built. A lot of them used them as educational purposes. To design things. Sometimes I do the same thing. I'll take a model out there and figure it out, draw my own plans, make my own stuff. I used to do blueprint reading like that. I had a blueprint class back in the days when I went to high school. See, I went to school, you learn something. And you had wood shops, metal shops, homemaking classes. I thought a homemaking class was for sissy boys, but it wasn't. And I came home from school one day and my dad said, "What's the matter?" Dad, you know what kind of class I got now? I wanted the wood shop class. I got a metal shop, which is good. They put me in homemaking. That's for girls, Pop. No, 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 no. One of these days, you're going to be a father. You're going to have kids. You got to learn how to do some baking, learn how to do some cooking around the house, and how to do this and do that. That's good school, and I did. I kind of enjoy the homemaking. Had a couple girlfriends out there too. I scared up once in a while, and they made me pies all the time and stuff. Those are good days, fellas. What I give to live back then. That's exactly right there, Matt. These draftsmen that work for aviation companies, they're model builders, and they drew their own plans from there. A lot of them took mechanical drawing back in those days because it had great importance for blueprint reading and mechanical drawing because the future needed better resources for progress and adventures, innovators and stuff. A lot of them came just from building these things. And you can tell by those instructions that of Cleveland models how well engineered they were. They're isometric drawings. Yeah, form of construction is a little different compared to this nowadays, but you just got to follow those plans to understand them. You got to put your mind in their mind how they designed the model itself. Okay, we'll do here now. We got the same thing we did before. It was a three-step layout, four steps. Do that later on. We'll check this. Yeah. Okay, I'll get back here. Right. Oh. Yep. There we go. This bad. Pull that piece off and save it later. Right on. Yep. Trim this out a little more. That's it. That is it. You got the backing off your pull off. Now move ahead. Yeah, much better. Much better. Happy, 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 happy. I think the best balsa wood kits are out there marketing now is those Dumas kits. Pat Trevor's the thing. I think he's the one that designed it. And I think those kits are excellent. The wood is very contest quality, but it's very, 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 very fragile. Don't take much to bust those fingers off. Well, I think you have to change blades. Blades getting dull. Yeah, here we go. My thing there came out my darn knife. Me darn. Wonderful. That's what I want. There we go. Okay, now use this piece here. That'll be for the flats. Okay, right back here, yeah. Brush it out. Brush. Oh, wonderful. All right. Remove the surplus tape off here. Oh, that's wonderful. Same thing over here. Wonderful. And trim off the trailing edge. Wonderful. Do a little more tuck and roll here. Oh, there you go. Got a lot of stuff here. Getting there, fellas, getting there. So that tape is going down. I don't have enough to finish the wing. That should. Yeah. Yeah. Get this piece out here, check the chat board and see what's going on. So peaceful out here in Tennessee, guys. It really is. No fire trucks, no drama, no nothing. Just peace and tranquility, they say. There. Where the blazes in my... Oh, there it is. I knew if something fell down. It sure wasn't a piece of tape paper I picked up a while ago. Ain't no good down there. You're good right here. That's why I need you. Not down there on the floor. Okay. The bottom wing's a little tighter. The top wing is. There. Now we gotta follow the panel lines now. Good. This piece comes in handy right here. Excellent. Excellent. Come over here and wonderful. Make sure you don't surplus off there because that'll interfere with the coating of it. Ah, shit, Freddie has to say here. Oh, wow. Right at home in his office. Freddie just sent me another picture of the pilot. He got him inside his office now. He got him inside the cockpit of his P-47 Thunderbolt, the Jug. Ooh. Wings take a little time on this thing because a lot of panel work done on it. That's all the building doing right there, Freddie, on the cockpit of that P-47, buddy. You're doing a good job. I'm glad you're building some more. You need to build a lot more, buddy. Keep building. Takes your mind off a lot of stuff, you know. It does me all the time. I enjoy doing this. I really do. I enjoy building these models here and showing off to my friends, you know, and all you great people. And we all need each other in this kind of a hobby, guys. You know? You learn a lot from each other. I think my friends had a lick. Freddie says I'm all tuckered out. Well, I'm done for the night. I did enough. He did a good job, that pilot. I'll tell you that, guys. He sure did. He smoothed out all this metal work, get all this stuff burnished into so it reveals all those panel lines. You can see the high shine on that thing. You can see my hands. See that? You can almost shave off this thing. Almost shave. Man, that's damn good. I'm proud of Freddie. Well, Freddie's had the lick, boys. He's had the lick. I think as far as I'm going to go is we get this done right here. We'll be it tonight for the video, and I got to hunt me up some more tape. Advanced B36 is coming alive now. 6 turning, 4 burning. Now, this will be easy right here. Yeah. I think I'm gonna watch that movie called Strategic Air Command with Jimmy Stewart. That's one of my favorite movies because boy, you got some good. You can discern a lot of details off those real airplanes. You know, the B-47 on there and B-36. Jimmy Stewart, he's a model builder too. I think he said one time how he got in the Air Force was because of building these Cleveland models. You know. That's what got him in the Army Air Corps. You know, actually when Pearl Harbor started, and he more or less that's how he got in. A lot of those guys joined the Army Air Corps back in those days. Clark Gable, movie star. They were very patriotic back in those days. A lot of those actors were. Nowadays, ain't no patriotism in this country anymore like it used to be. But all that's going to change. What happened to Charlie Kirk, that's going to really change things. This country cannot go any longer like the way it's going now. You got kids coming to this world, and I'm quite sure they don't want to be born and raised in a different country. Oh, wonderful, boys. This thing is coming out nice. Over here and burnish this out inside the cell. Make sure it's all wonderful. I got to change blades. This cape is wearing out my blade. Making all these cuts all the time. Okay. Yeah. Get that big blister, landing gear blister. It's got to be. Let's see here. Righto. Right about here. Oh, yeah, Tony. Gregory Peck, 12 O'Clock High. You know it. That was a good movie. That came out in 1949, the movie did. It actually set up the sitcom of 12 O'Clock High back in the 1960s. Robert Lansing and a few others fellows on there. I remember 1958 when Lindbergh made the B-17 came out. My dad said, "Boy, I got something for you." What do you got, Pop? Happy birthday, son. Oh, wow, Dad, this is huge. Gee, Pop, thanks a lot. I appreciate this, Dad. I didn't know you had a B-17 like this other than the wooden one kits they had. No, I figured you like this one. I said, "Boy, I love it, Pop. Thank you." Let's see here. I must have. How's that gonna go? Oh yeah, I had it right. Yeah. Oh wow, Bills on Air Force. Boy, those kids are great. Dang, Jesus. Oh yeah, man, a Black Widow. What a beautiful. Oh, Freddie's torturing me to death with all these models he's showing me. Flyers of the B-52 and stuff. B-29. I'll get the Black Widow out. That looks beautiful. You know, I have to cut this out, am I? I won't burn too much. Gotta cut that blister out. Make a separate patch for that. Damn. Oh boy. That blister has to be done separately. I should have thought about that. I'll put the tape on, but it's all right. No harm done, Mr. Christian. Nothing, no harm done. Nothing lost. Yeah, tomorrow's Saturday. Well, this week just flew. I get some of the excess surplus off here. Yeah, it's off now. That's good. I knew it'd get off. It takes a while just to peel that stuff off there. Okay. Wonderful. I'm gonna make a blister of this thing. Fred just shot me a picture of those glow gliders you put together. I tell her about 15 cents back in those days. Oh yeah. Battle of Midway, 1/72 scale Hellcat. And a diorama, the aircraft carrier on there. That was all cardboard, I think it was. I got that off. Yep, that's right. Okay. Okay, I think I'll make a patch here. Kind of blister fell out of your blister. That could be done separately. I should have known. Okay, I got a pattern here for this thing. There we go. We got a little pattern right for it. Oh boy, here we go again. Yeah, the old finger did it. Oh, wonderful. Now I gotta trim this out again. Yeah, trying to get this stuff off. I gotta check my chat board here, see what's going on. Now, oh, see what Tony has to say here. That sounds good, Tony. That's you to do, buddy. Get a YouTube channel going on. I'll follow you. You ain't kidding, I will, buddy. Oh, I guess I could. It's got to be removed. There. Coming out now. Yes, it is. Oh, yeah, you always says Midway. That was the carrier I was on. Well, Freddie showed me a picture of the USS Midway. I was on the outstation on that ship for 8 months. Then I went on the USS Riscony after that. USS Riscony, ex-class carrier, she was used as an artificial reef. Oh wow, came out excellent. This thing. Man, oh, gone it. I gotta do it over again. Yeah, no problem. Even Frankie Day makes mistakes once in a while. Yeah. So I get this down. This wing well, it's almost finished. I gotta come back and redo this blister on here. I burnt it down too much. I gotta do that thing again. Yeah, now it's going on. It ain't right, just take it out, do it over again. It's like anything in life. You gotta. Yeah. Man. Redo it. Oh, a good patch or two I made too. I mean, not a patch, but a good pattern. Yeah. Man, we're almost done, fellas. Oh, it's coming up now. Yes, it is. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Now I won't make that mistake no more. I just gotta go ahead and make another pattern for it. No big deal. Okay, let's do it again, guys. This time I'm not gonna make a mistake like I did before. See, that's right. Oh, it's good now. That's it. That's it. Use your fingers here. Perfect. Just trim off a little right here. I'm ready to go. Wonderful. Sorry about the time-consuming flood, but guys, I make mistakes sometimes. Well, see what I do. Yeah, looking good. I think I'll be able to brush that out pretty good. Right there, I'll do it. Looks pretty good. Yeah, that came out good right there. Now I did it. Broke that damn brush. This one won't break. Ah, gone there now. Let's see here. All right. Okay. I've got two Forestalls ready. 1954 issue kits. I'll send you one of those. So I get my stash here and everything. I'll be able to send it in for you, buddy. That kit cost $4 back then. Unbelievable. That's probably the most expensive kit that there was at the time. My Aunt Edith got me that for Christmas one time. Came in a big old box. I saw it and said, wow, this thing is big. That's it right there. The box is probably about 3 inches thick and about 10, 11 inches wide and about 25 inches long. Now make sure this is right about here. That's the panel that goes right there. A little more. That's it. Yeah. Got to cut out that wheel well, which ain't no problem. Yeah, we're getting there now, guys. The downhill stretch. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Up this up real good here. It's kind of hard getting around these bushes here, but it's there. We will cut out. It's got this flap here to do, and it's and this thing give it a wrap for tonight, and we'll save some more tomorrow. I gotta hunt for some more tape. Oh boy, get that dang paintbrush out, do some more burnishing, make sure it's a little crisper right there. Yeah, very crisper. Okay, here we go again. Yeah. Boy, God, that's it. Yeah. Wonderful. Let's see what Freddie has to say. Almost done, fellas. I gotta trim this a little bit here. Okay. Yep. Well, fellas, like we about got nipped for the night. I gotta get a fresh blade. This blade's getting worn out. When you cut this metal tape all the time, you wear out your blade. Yeah, that's perfect. Almost done here, guys. Almost done. Okay. Almost done. Well, guys, I think it's back for the night. A couple mistakes I made, and I straightened it out real well. Came out good, tore it out, and started over again, and kind of delayed my timing process on this thing. I'm going to take an inspection on the wing here and show you how much we did tonight on this thing. Here we go. Just going to go ahead and do these here. The cells, they go on very easy. And this bird's done. Lastly, we'll do the port wing. Get that done. And work on the undercarriage. Paul Bruthmond, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to Friday Night Live with me and the gang on the B36 build. Right now, we're at the conclusion of the build. Got the wings. I got the starboard wing. Got that completely covered, and the bottom wing, right wing, is all covered, with the exception of the nacelles bottoms. That'll be all done. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that, dear sir. You see how those panel lines line up pretty good. That light hits it. Yeah, I'll show you something, Paul. Get this camera a little higher here. There she is, B36. Fuselage is all done. So we got to get the right wing done. Plus, his net cells, the bottom's the right wing, basically be all finished. It's big. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that, dear sir. Yeah. Good brushing right there. Yeah, tighten up that on that blister right there. Shrinks the tape a little bit. Yeah, I think it's perfect. Well, fellas, I think it's better for the night. We've been here for a while. I'd like to thank Paul coming on, Freddie Duarte of Sooner Models. We got Sir Tony. He's here, and I got Matt of Elusive Designs. And I'd like to thank all you great fellows for joining in tonight. And got Tony here cleaning up my hobby room around 2 airbrushes I've got that I bought. I use that stuff like my Pache airbrush. That cleaner you sent me, Tony, that stuff's a godsend. That stuff works really well. I'd like to thank you, dear friend, for bringing that to me like that. Well, Frankie D appreciates that stuff. I really do. Well, guys, I got about 15 inches of that tape left over. It's gone. And I'll probably have enough to cover those engines right there. An engine that sells, that'll be it. So tomorrow I gotta hunt up the rest of those, get a fresh roll of this, get some more of that aluminum tape right there, so I can complete the left wing on that thing, and get the build going on. Get it finished up, it'll go to the undercarriage, and we're ready for the final reveal. Get the props on and the engines. A lot of little work to do. It takes a little time, and it's well worth it, and it's tedious. I'd like to thank everybody for being on tonight's show and everything. I really appreciate it, guys. I'm sorry that a little blunder I went through a while ago. I didn't make the pattern big enough. I had to pull that tape. It takes a while to get that tape off there. Once you make a mistake, then you just got to start over again. And it's worth it, too. So I'd like to thank everybody out there for your wonderful views and being on the chat and everything. I enjoy myself. I like doing this. I really enjoy doing this live stream because I get to talk to you guys one-on-one. And somehow I'm going to figure out how to get a link sent to you. You guys can join in. And on my screen, I can have pictures of all you guys' work right there, like what Sir Lindsay does on his builds. The rest of everybody to join in. That'd be really icing on the cake for me. I got to do some reading on there, find out how to send a link out and everything. People can join in. And right now, I'm really enjoying this chat board. Now I'm working the chat and doing build all at once. It's not that difficult. You just got to pay attention to what's on the chat because I don't want to have everybody talk and they don't acknowledge what they're saying, And so I'll get back to you guys. I always look at the chat board like everyone else, see if I missed anybody. And Paul just goes on. I wish Paul would have came on earlier. Okay, Paul, I love you very much, buddy. Thank you very much for joining tonight's show. And I'll be tomorrow, but we'll start tomorrow at 9 o'clock at Saturday Night Live on live stream on the B36. We'll get the wings covered, and we'll be moving along real good, enjoying along. You guys bring your kits and build with me, or just grill and chill and watch and chat, and I'll get back with you. And I'd like to thank Freddie for being on there. Well, Freddie showed me a lot of pictures of things he does. He's amazing. Very amazing. Okay, Freddie, I'll get back at you on the Facebook page after we close off the show here. I'd like to thank Tony for being on tonight. Tony's a wonderful human being. Sent me a box of goodies and things. I'm using this putty he sent me, and I'm using a lot of stuff. The little tweezers that he's got me. I love these. And yeah, I'm just having a blast. I'm really enjoying myself here. Okay, make mama happy. Take care of little ones. Stay focused on your drive wherever you're surrounded. Get yourself a kit. It's fall-like weather coming in, and that promotes model building time. We got Thanksgiving, Halloween, and Christmas coming up. All these wonderful holidays, outdoor activities will probably come to a cease because it's going to get cold. And it's the time of year. And the time of year to bring out more models. I got a lot of stuff coming your way, fellas. We got the Sea Witch coming your way. We got everything coming your way. I've got this coming your way, which I'm working on now. This is my comic kit Kmart about 50 years ago that I bought. And this is coming pretty good. This is my Stinson Reliant. This is a rubber power job that I'm building. The little comic kit's good. This thing is very light. It's light. That's why these things fly so well with the construction of these things. Okay, I'm out of here. Say your prayers. Take care of the little ones. Take care of mama. Take care of yourselves. God bless everybody. And thank you very much again for being on tonight's show. I'm very deeply honored from my heart, from my keel to my foretop. I'm very honored every one of you. So I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to start at 8:30 tomorrow. 8:30 would be a good time to go. And that will give us a little longer. We'll have a couple hours here and have some fun. What else you can do on Saturday night? I love everybody. Take care of yourself and God bless. And say your prayers. And we'll catch you for tomorrow's show. This is Frankie Day for Frankie Day Models signing off. And God bless everybody. And take care of yourselves, boys.